Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the Dreadhead Monster, and we are back with your weekend report. As you getting used to, shout out to the guys. Rocky just don't know when to shut his mouth. Goddamn it! And then came out with Meth Head Marys. It was a wild night last night, but shout out to my boy Isaiah. He's still keeping quiet and on the straight and narrow. But let's give a shout out to Mari, who produced this show and gave out the questions for this week. Thank you, son. I appreciate that. We got a lot of good feedback. Let's jump into it. Justin Fields versus Caleb Williams. Who starts quarterback for the Bears week one? Um, the votes came in 47% for Caleb Williams, 53% for Justin Fields. Just to give you a couple of tidbits, Justin Fields has unfollowed the Bears. Publicly said that he wanted to stay, but you know it is a lot. Then this week it was a video where his agent said that he was going home. So, like I told a coworker, man, I'm not sure, what home they were referring to. He is from Atlanta, but he also is a Buckeye. So, um, my opinion is before the draft combine, I had Justin Fields staying. But since then, and Caleb Williams has spoken about, not wanting to be a Bear, which was a big thing on the radar of everybody, of him saying that he didn't want to play for the Bears. So came out and said that he does want to be the first pick, and those reports are false. Had a pretty good media day, even though he declined the medical exams. Say he just prefers to show it to the teams that are in the ranks to pick him. So that's kind of understandable. I mean, I got some stats here for both players. Like I say, you really can't. I mean, it's a comparison, but it's not because Justin Fields has been in the league 3 years. The last 3 years, Caleb has been in college, so a lot more touchdowns in the spread offense. Has pretty much a little bit more freedom than I would say that Justin Fields has. So pretty good numbers for both. Justin Fields finished in 13 games, 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. While Caleb finished last year with 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 3,633 yards. So I know that's pretty enticing to the Bears because we haven't had a 3,000 passing yard thrower in such a long time. But at the end of the day, I believe we have seen the last of Justin Fields in a Bears uniform. So either way it goes, I think we will be competitive with either guy, but it's just leaning towards Caleb Williams probably being the starting quarterback we wanted, in my opinion. Next, the question started off as Angel Reese and Kalen Clark, who would you take as the number one pick? But after reading the mock draft, I realized where Andrew was on the list, so I improvised the question a little bit. Will Caitlin Clark go number one this year? The polls came back. 78% said yes, 22% said no. Now, in my opinion, I don't think anything would possibly change unless one of the 5 women that I am going to name have a hell of a run in the NCAA tournament, to try to surpass her. So you got Cameron Brink from Stanford, senior, Recruit Jackson from Tennessee, senior, Camilla Cardosa, senior from South Carolina, Aaliyah Edwards from UConn, senior, and Angel Reese at 6 for LSU. So That about covers that question. Yeah, nobody really thinks that they're gonna do pretty much anything to try to, get in front of us. So, our last topic, I ain't really throw out no poll for this because it's kind of like, I won't say cut and dry, but we'll cover it. Bronny Ben took off the mock draft. I don't think LeBron James really, felt that happening, but or liked it. But I did repost the Jimmy Butler comparison to both numbers that the guys did have their freshman year. And what I realize is that we do live in a microwave society. Not saying this because it's Bron's kid, but I feel like the same thing when it came down to Shaq's son. Just to see those guys have a chance to play basketball, it's pretty good because at the end of the day, we kind of forget that the kid did have a heart attack in practice. So it's just kind of miraculous to see him, out there, doing his thing and living his dream. So at the end of the day, yeah, pretty much. I know these ESPN rankings is the begin to be all, and they're trying to get on that list so you possibly get into the NBA. But we have seen some people who got kind of missed out on. Not saying that that's him, not saying that it's not. So at the end of the day, he still got a chance to make the league, go back to school, get better. So shout out to Bronny, James family, and USC. So before we get out of here, we'll give you the NBA power rankings. Before I get out of here, I gotta get so fucking used to saying the right shit when I'm doing the weekend report. Work with me, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Number 5, we got the Bucks. Last week they was 12. Big jump. Cavaliers was 5th. The Thunder stay in the same place at 4th, 41-18. The Timberwolves were 2 last week at 42-17. They beat out and moved back the Clippers. I forgot to go and see which ranking the Clippers have. I have it for you next week, or hopefully they'll be back in the top 5. The Nuggets are 41-19. Last week they were 7. Timberwolves was number 2, and at number 1 for the last couple weeks. Don't seem like it's gonna change with a couple weeks left in the season. The Celtics are still number 1 at 46-12. As always, we appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate Famari producing the show this week. Again, thank you, son. And I hope you guys enjoy watching, and appreciate everybody who voted, and we'll have some more stuff up for you this week. So enjoy your week.